So this is the second rendition of my LED panel. It uses two sets of 2-core wire. You have two colours of LED strips. I made sure to go for the 90+ CRI because I didn't want it to look terrible on video. To save cash, I've literally just wrapped the coil in electrical wire. So then instead of having two wires coming out, you've just got one coming out the bottom, which makes it a lot nicer. You just want to stand it up. There you go. And now you have a laptop screen for a scene. This also is incredibly light, so you can just you'd never catch me doing that with a real hard LED panel because that would just smash to pieces. Now let's plug it in and see how bright it is. So I have a 12-volt 5-amp power supply that's hooked into the wall over there, and that is connected to here. Now I'm going to have a proper connection which will plug directly into here, making it more safe. But for the meantime I'm just testing it. The LED panel, when it's on, lights up the entire room. So this is just as bright as something that you would buy, which I'm definitely very proud of. This is going to be the next portion of the project. I have access to these dimmer switches. So I've gone for the fluid dimmers. So they just glide instead of going to incremental points. Now the reason for that is because it needs to not flicker if it's being used as a video light. You don't want any strobing. So yeah, we've got two of these, and what we're going to have is a system where both of these are powered by the power supply, and you're able to control the brightness of these. Whoa, what? Okay, so that's awesome. I did not know that happened. Wait, can that? Okay, that's cool. Anyway, so it's not just going to power this or this, but it's going to power both. That's how it's set up right now. But with these LED dimmers, this one will power this daylight strip, and this one will power the warm white strip. And obviously you can dim it or you can increase the power completely depending on what you need or the brightness that you want. And that will all be in this project box here, which I've blacked out with electrical tape. I'm not even going to attempt a guess, probably around 3 meters. Yeah, but that allows this to be quite lightweight, so you can do quite a lot with it. That looks amazing. It looks like, well, it looks like daytime through the curtain. But if we go over here, as you can see, it's just bent around this, it's just perching up. So there's quite a lot of versatility for this. Because this is powered by a 12-volt AC to DC adapter, that means this can also be powered by a 12-volt battery, meaning that it's not just linked to the wall. Now I haven't got enough cash for the battery just yet, but because it uses, well, it should use the female adapter, the same female adapter here. As you can see, they go together. If I get a battery with the same input, it will allow me to use either battery power or wall power, which is great because that means you'll be able to take it on set, you'll be able to use it in a car. It's fantastic. I was going to use NP F970s because obviously they're versatile throughout video production, but it's too complicated. I'm not at that level just yet. Not to mention the brackets for holding them are like 40 quid a piece. There is no way I'm going to be able to afford that, and it would completely remove the reason on why I actually made this, which was because I wanted to have an LED panel which didn't cost me a load, and you can use it anywhere. They're less likely to break because they're flexible, so there is a lot less that can go wrong with these. It's more versatile and it costs less. And I might make a few more of these. In fact, there are a few improvements. For example, when I was building this, instead of using one plate, I used two to fit the modelling wire around the inside. What I would rather do is, when I build it, this is just folded over. This is folded over to hide the wiring and then glued in place. So if I just make that a bit longer, that could allow for the modelling wire to stay on the outside rather than the inside, because that's potentially a breaking point for the LED. So it would be better if the modelling wire was outside the circuit. It would also make it a little easier to handle. For the most part, I'm really proud of this. I'm going to complete it, obviously, with the dimmer controls. Hopefully by that point we'll have a nice aluminium box with some LEDs. It's going to be pretty good. But yeah, that's what I've got so far.